Now, now, if you're honest with yourself, are you the kind of person that sometimes feel like just being you is not enough? And you need all of these accessories and things to go out, to be around certain people, or to be around people in general? Don't feel bad about yourself, girl, because we all have been there. A lot of us are still there. But let's talk about the price of wearing a mask. How it depletes your self-worth, or how it totally inhibits you from garnering good self-worth. Now, a lot of times you are draining your own battery because you put so much time and energy in looking the part that you forget it's most important to just be the person, to just be yourself. You don't have to try hard to be yourself. It's just natural. Unless you have been so active for so long, acting like somebody else, or going around being a chameleon, depending on who you're around or where you are, that you've lost that connection within yourself. The best way to get back to it is to take off the mask. Stop lying to yourself. Whatever lies flow through your head about how you not good enough, or because you grew up poor, or because maybe you don't have long hair, or because maybe you don't have the perfect body, because maybe you don't have the most expensive bags, cars, whatever. Whatever those lies are that you tell yourself that you're not good enough. Stop buying into it and stop believing in it, because you're depleting your own energy, because your conscious knows that who you were born, your conscious knows that whomever you were born as is the only person you're ever going to be. Now, you can manipulate the external all you want. You can get plastic surgery, you can put on makeup, you can buy hair, grow wigs, you can wear the best clothing and all of that. But the internal person, that's who you are. So it's a good place to start and accept that person from that place and start going out into the world without a mask. Just being you is enough. Whenever you hear those lies, tell yourself that. I am enough. I have nothing to prove to anyone. I am enough. I have nothing to prove to anyone. Tapping into your feminine energy. Feminine energy is a state of being. It just simply is. You was already born a girl. You got the energy. It's nothing you have to do. You don't have to do extra to be feminine. All you have to do is sit in yourself. Be yourself. And the feminine energy will come out. If it feels unnatural, it's not power. It's a script. And one thing you can't do is fake the funk. You can't fake being confident. I know a lot of people say that. I know a lot of people think it. That whole thing, fake it till you make it. That's good. That's about getting to another place that you want to go in life. But even when you get to that place, guess what? You still you. You still you. Just maybe, on another level. But you still yourself on that level. You can't fake being another person. Or you can't fake, results that you wish other people would see. Because real people can actually see through your persona. I don't care who it is. Think about the people that you see on TV. You know the ones who are being authentic and the ones who aren't. It doesn't matter what they saying. It don't matter what they look like. It don't matter how much work they done had done or whatever. When you catch them in honest, vulnerable moments, which a lot of times is on accident. However, when that mask comes off, you recognize that they was wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a public persona. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But I'm talking about people who never show up as who they are. No matter how much time and energy you putting into that, you see, people know. You know, you got a girl that's in your life in some aspect, and she fake as I don't know what, and you know it. I mean, so much come around, you just smell the plastic. She fake. You know she fake. Other people know when you wearing masks. They know that about you. So all the time and energy that you're putting into projecting who you wish you were, start putting more time and energy into who you actually are and build on that. Real recognize real. Like I just said. The realer you are, the more authentic your human experience will be. The better quality of people you will absorb around you. Now, if you giving off fakeness and you pretending all the time, you're going to attract other fake pretenders. Because misery loves company. So people are comfortable with people who act and exhibit characteristics such as themselves. Even though it isn't stated, it's sensed. It's just sensed. So when you're out here and you're pretending to be something you're not, you don't realize how much time you put into that and how exhausting it is. If you told this person something about yourself that wasn't true or was exaggerated, you have to do extra things to keep that persona up. When real people actually want to see the real persona, real people who truly love you for you don't care about any external thing about you. It's simply about how you carry yourself and how they feel in your presence. It's that simple. And being yourself is the best place to start. Start with your own persona. You'll need to build up a persona based on all of these external things you see. When you're looking at these people in the movies, on TV, in magazines, those aren't those people. How many of those people have you been over their house on the couch just chilling and spending time around them? So most of y'all, none of them. So why are you working so hard to live up to what they tell you is acceptable of being feminine and being a woman? Why are you trying to live up to that? Who you working so hard to impress? Be honest with yourself and ask yourself that. Why are you working so hard to impress people who you don't even know? There is power in being vulnerable. Learn to show raw emotion. That's how you get comfortable with being yourself. When you out in public, some of the things that you do in private, if you really analyze it closely, it may be out of being embarrassing. It may be out of being embarrassed or thinking that it's not worthy enough for people to see. But who decides that but you? Because if you show up as yourself, showing raw moments in public, just being you, they don't have any other choice but to accept you, and they cannot tell you that that's not acceptable for you when they don't know you. And even if they know you, you are your own self-authority. You have the power to dictate what you can and can't do. What is the point of having freedom if you don't exercise living free? If you're constantly consulting and imitating what other people view as you. Now, I know a lot of us, deal with that whole good girl syndrome. I speak from experience. I know I was raised that way. I was raised in a very strict Christian household. Good girls always did this, good girls didn't do that. Good girls always did this, good girls didn't do that. However, all I was left with when I was trying to come into myself were all of these indoctrinations about what a good girl was supposed to do, when it had nothing to do with the individual me. And me being so torn between trying to live up to the whole good girl label and fighting against my own desires and impulses, of being true to myself, of exploring what my inner spirit was trying to guide me to do. I had all of these indoctrinations over my life telling me, limiting me. That's basically what that does. Strip that good girl title away, because who decides that for you? Whose blueprint are we living up to when we try to live up to that? You can't live up to it because it's constantly changing for women. It's constantly changing. So while you're wasting your time running behind that as if you're going to get some kind of reward or something, you know, I was told growing up that good girls get husbands and all of that. But that ain't true, because there's a lot of females who didn't even apply to their good girl standard who are married with children. So it's all about your individuality that you need to live up to, your spirituality, your spirit within that you need to listen to guide you, and stop trying to apply that title to your life and being afraid to make choices, worrying about not fitting in the good girl image. Because even when you fit in the good girl image, what does that mean? Does that protect you from being discriminated against for being a woman, for being treated differently because you're a good girl, for being abused because you are a good girl? I mean, I've never seen a good girl trophy in my life. Have you? Comment down below and let me know. What trophies and awards and accolades do you receive for living up to the good girl image? And answer, who decides what a good girl is? Because everybody's interpretation is different based on the beliefs that were indoctrinated in them. So while you're still pondering on that, try to take a little bit of that energy and just be true to you. Not because you want to be this type of girl or that type of girl, but because you are a girl that happens to be named, and live life from that. I'm telling you, it's much lighter and it's much more fun. Well, if you want to explore this topic further, comment in the comment section below. I love to have dialogue on topics and have different perspectives. Be respectful though, because nobody want to hear that negative shit. However, or if you want to find me, click the link in the description box and come on over to the Glitterverse, where we encourage healthy self-worth. Well, until the next video, stay glit.